It's Tuesday, December 3rd. This is a morning update about an hour and a half into trading on the MSTU ETF. It's a leveraged kind of MicroStrategy kind of chart that I've been tracking since last week. I shot a end of the kind of week video describing how after closing red, I'm still biased to the downside on this in the short run until things turn up. And I just shot a video yesterday that things had the key reference point, the open of the month, the open of the week right here at the blue line, and continued lower, and that was kind of the expectation. If you look at the chart from yesterday, we moved down, we couldn't really rally above the midpoint of the first bar, and for the rest of the day we moved lower. Today we kind of gapped down and immediately started up, but we're still way below the halfway point of the prior day. And all it did was, on bar number 2 and 3, come up and take out those pre-market high stops. And you can see you had a pause there. And now we're getting a red, move back to the downside at the moment. So this is a little tricky in terms of structure. I wouldn't buy that out of the gates. If you wanted to buy it, it would just be knowing the target is to take out those stops and then see if we get through the halfway point of that day. So you could have done that, but given that we're pausing here, I'm still to the downside, in terms of bias, but the structure is still kind of up on the day until we get to the halfway point of this first bar to the downside again. So this is a little tricky day in terms of potentially trading it, and will it, kind of have a reversal to the upside, or is it going to continue lower? But again, if you bought it here on bar 2, expecting it to take out those highs, you could have easily set up a no-risk trade up there. If you're waiting for some kind of continuation down, it's not really there yet structure-wise. We'll see if this red, bar kind of gets back through the halfway point of that first bar and then starts testing those lows again. At the moment, we're still kind of working lower here in compound fashion towards the lows of last week. You have the big red bar. But as I was saying, if we, if the couple of days go on early in the week and can't get to that target, continue follow through from yesterday, last week's red bar to the downside, then it is possible at some point during the week we get a 2-up day, get through the open, here, turn this weekly chart green, and the uptrend resumes. So I'm kind of looking for that, but it hasn't really unfolded yet. If we kind of close with this kind of looking bar and then we have a 2-up day tomorrow, that would be a good buy signal to me, turning the weekly chart up and having a 2-up bar with some targets above, and maybe this overall trend just continues higher. But for now, I'm still biased to the downside. And we'll see in compound fashion if we take out the weekly low, and that's kind of all we could say. Today I wouldn't, I'd feel a little tricky in terms of which way to trade it, so I'd kind of just be watching it if I wasn't doing anything. Like I said, the only buy was here, and that was just to take out some pre-market highs, and now you kind of expect it to pause here. That's what's happening. So for me, if we really get a big green reversal up here and test those highs, that could be the first sign that we're working up towards the midpoint of the prior day, the open of the week, and moving higher. So I'd look for that to buy. And if we come down big red here and have some kind of orderly pause and then continue, I'd kind of expect those lows to be tested going towards the lows of last week. So that's kind of what I see. I just thought, since I've been updating this since the weekly video I shot last week, just thought I'd follow up on some of the key reference points on this one going forward.